Demi Lovato just opened up about how she is working on herself and relearning how to cry. Here's everything we know. I'm Gabi Conti.
I'm Jana Rosenberg, and this is your 24/7 celebrity news. Demi Lovato has been using the lockdown to really get to know herself. Demi was just interviewed by Bustle, where she opened up about how the pandemic has changed her life in a good way. As she explains that she's been spending time to get to know herself better by taking an introspective and healthy mind frame. And with that new mindset came with Demi relearning how to cry. As she explained before quarantine, it was very difficult for me to cry. I had programmed the thought into my head when I was 16 that I'm only going to cry if people paid me to.
Which is obviously from her days of being an actress, and that does make sense. But yeah, I feel like coming up into fame at such a young age, her career started when she was like 6 or so on Barney.
Yeah.
It really, that has to be incredibly hard, and not really knowing where the roles you play end and where you begin.
Yeah.
So I think it's that is so fascinating to me that she had to relearn how to cry.
Yeah, sometimes you just shut your emotions off so much, and it really is such a thing. Like, if you teach yourself to do it, you can do it, and it's really unhealthy, and please don't do that.
Yeah.
But clearly that's something Demi had to overcome.
Demi went on to explain how she's been doing a lot of work that allows herself to feel the pains of the losses that she's had in her life, such as the traumas and adversities that she's faced in her life. As she said, quote, "I think my ability to be vulnerable and be more intimate with people has really heightened." Demi, of course, realizes that the numerous downsides of our world is facing right now with the pandemic, but Demi has been using this time to look at the silver lining by allowing herself to reflect and pause. And I love thinking about pandemic and pause as the same word, because it makes it seem less scary and bad.
Yeah.
And it makes it think of more of okay, this is a pause. It's a time to regroup, to reevaluate. And yes, of course, there's so many hardships and terrible stuff going on, but at the end of the day, we will get through this as a country.
Absolutely, and I think that's the most positive way you could go about this situation. At first it was all everyone was feeling all these crazy emotions, but then I think, for me personally, I feel like I kind of have done the same thing as Demi, and it's the best time to do it because you're not running around all the time.
No.
You have time to really look at yourself and be okay, who do I want to be? As Demi expressed, it's very common for people to only really work on themselves when crisis happens or when they notice that they're slipping into old patterns or behaviors. So to be able to walk into this experience without a personal crisis and just be I can do the work on myself now because I have the time, it was a beautiful thing. As you may recall, Demi suffered a drug overdose in 2018 after being sober for 6 years. So she's been using her newfound free time to really focus on and improve her mental health while spending time in LA with her dogs and her new boyfriend, Max Eric. As she said, I was given this opportunity and I was I'm going to adapt. I'm going to shift to this. I'm going to learn from it. And she is glowing. So clearly.
I've never seen her this happy.
I know.
They are so cute together. I normally couples posting all the time with each other makes my eyes roll, but I
Same.
look forward to these posts.
No, yeah, because it's it's such a genuine relationship, it seems. It really does. And if it's not, then they're doing a really good job.
I think it's genuine because,
Yeah.
just also seeing how Demi has been, how she feels really unapologetically herself. She's letting her natural face show, all these things. I think those are all signs that someone is in a healthy relationship.
Absolutely.
And so I do think that this is a great relationship for her, and I'm just so excited to see where it goes.
Me too.
Yeah.
Really exciting time for her.
Demi also has been spending this time to rediscover the joy in her music before she got caught up in the hustle of the industry. She hopes that she can use her music passion for good. As she said, "I want my career to be about my music and my lyrics and my message, and I want a long-lasting career that I don't have to change myself for. Music brought me so much joy when I was younger, and I lost that joy throughout the hustle and bustle of the music industry. I got miserable, and I don't ever want to be like that again. That is what I want." And I love that.
I love that. And she went through all of this hardship, and she is the perfect example of someone who can learn from that and be 10 times better, you know? And just show people that, they can do the same thing.
And also her saying how she doesn't want to change herself for her music is very important, because also remember, that's what Taylor Swift had said about musicians, specifically female musicians, that they always have to reinvent themselves. And so I'm excited to see more female artists not reinvent themselves and just be true to their music, because
Absolutely.
if male artists can do that, female artists should be able to do the same thing.
100%. So what do you guys think about Demi Lovato working on herself? Have you noticed her ultimate glow? Let us know. I'm Jana Rosenberg.
I'm Gabi Conti, and follow us at Hollywire for your 24/7 celebrity news.